Today, I'm going to show you how to save an EPS file in Photoshop the right way, step by step, so you can export your artwork for print without confusion. If you work with logos, typography, vector shapes, or graphics that need to go to a print shop, EPS is still a useful file format to know. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and software guides. Let's jump in. Before you save anything, it's a smart idea to prepare your file properly. EPS files are built for flat graphics, so if your document has a lot of adjustment layers, special effects, or complex edits, you may want to simplify it first. If you want to keep a fully editable version of your project, start by saving a PSD copy first. That way, you always have your original layered file math, and you can come back to it later if you need to make changes. If your goal is print-ready output, you can flatten the image. To do that, go up to the top menu, click Layer, and then choose Flatten Image. This combines your layers into a single flat file, which can help reduce unexpected issues when printing or opening the file in other software. If you specifically need crisp vector text or shape elements to remain sharp, you can leave those in place depending on your workflow, but for many print jobs, flattening is the safer option. Now that your file is ready, it's time to open the Save menu. Go to the top menu bar and click File. In newer versions of Photoshop, choose Save a Copy. In older legacy versions, you may see Save As instead. You can also use the shortcut on your keyboard, Ctrl, Alt and S on Windows, or Command, Option and S on Mac. Once the Save window appears, choose the folder where you want to store the file on your computer. Next, look for the Format drop-down. On Windows, it may say Save as Type, and on Mac, it may say Format. Click that menu and choose Photoshop EPS from the list. Once you select it, click Save. This is the point where Photoshop will ask you to configure the EPS export settings. In the EPS Options window, you'll see a few important choices. First is Preview. For most users, TIFF 8-bit per color is a good choice. This adds a thumbnail preview to the file, which makes it easier to view in folders or when another program imports the EPS. It doesn't change your design, but it does make the file easier to recognize. Then look at Encoding. For most modern print workflows, binary is the best option because it usually creates a smaller, cleaner file. If you're dealing with older systems or a print environment that needs broader compatibility, ASCII can also work, but keep in mind that it creates a larger file size. In most cases, binary is the simpler choice. You may also see options like Include Halftone Screen and Transfer Function. Unless your print provider specifically asked for those settings, leave them unchecked. The same goes for PostScript color management. If you don't have a specific production requirement, it's usually best to leave that unchecked too. These options are only needed in specialized print workflows, so for a standard export, you can safely ignore them. Once everything looks correct, click OK, and Photoshop will finish saving your EPS file. That's it. Your file is now exported in EPS format and ready to use for print or other compatible design workflows. If you want, I can also show you how to save a Photoshop file as PDF, PNG, or SVG in a step-by-step tutorial. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Photoshop guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.